see. All right, we'll wait a little bit.
Okay. Good.
I just went live on Instagram. And honestly, we'll wait like maybe till 6:05, and then we'll just start. You can start with your introduction, or I'll talk about what the Library of Life is, and then we'll go into your introduction.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, let me share it on my Facebook.
What did I just do?
Are you able to see it?
I'm trying. Let's see. Okay, yep, I see us. Trying to share it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. All right, if you want to get started, we can get started. I'll just say what we're doing. So this is our, I'll say unofficially third Library of Life live series, where we're just giving free advice on different areas in life. We've done Buy a House through Habitat for Humanity, and last week or this past Saturday we did credit repair, but we will be bringing credit repair back September 6th. But today it's all about birth chart and spiritual tools. And yes, I'm really, really excited about this one. I feel like out of all the topics we're going to do, this is the one I can learn a lot. And I'm just the most intrigued on this topic. So if you want to introduce yourself to the audience, let them know who you are and what you do. And then if we have any questions, we can get questions answered as they come in, or you can just talk about what birth charts are and whatever other spiritual tools you want to mention to the audience that may be beneficial for them.
Awesome. Sounds good. So thank you for having me, first of all. So introducing myself, my name is Marielle Nawiniga, and I am a spiritual life coach. I help people release their karmic patterns, heal their trauma, and connect to the higher self using their spiritual birth charts.
Yes. Okay, keep going.
So basically, a birth chart is, how can I explain this? The easiest way to explain is a birth chart is like a Snapchat of it's a Snapchat of the sky at the time of your birth, where you were born, in the day. And that right there shows so many information about yourself that a lot of that information is being hidden from us. You know, it was demonized. It was a lot of things happened in the past from that information, but a lot of people don't know it's actually ancient histories, ancient knowledge that a lot of our ancestors used in order to understand themselves, understand how their body, understand their emotions, understand how they think, how they feel, all that.
And
It goes deep.
it does go deep. And I just want to say it too. Um, it goes so deep. People raise their children based off their birth chart, and the more you know about your child, it helps you be able to raise them better. And I'm just gonna say, the basketball player Jaylen Brown, he was raised off the cosmos and learning, like he grew up there. And just imagine being able to grow up in knowing about you, your personality, and being able to embrace what you're meant to do and what you're called to do on this earth, because it's your blueprint. It's your
Absolutely. And I love that you mentioned that, because that's actually one of the things that motivated me to go deeper. Is once I started learning about myself, of course, I had to learn about my son. I'm like, okay, if I can understand myself this deep, what happens if I learn my son's chart at a young age and actually raise him according to his real core energy? Because
yeah.
that's what your birth chart is the core energy of who you really are at a soul level,
Mhm.
before you programmed, before you're told how to lie, before you're told a lot of things on what the world is. So it's your core self at a soul level.
Yes. And a lot of people, I'll say, I feel like knowing your birth chart, a lot of people have gotten away from it because they have, I'm gonna say, demonized or weaponized astrology, but and then they made it very commercial, and now it's very
Yes.
it's all anesthetics now.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I know.
I
I don't
don't
like
like that because it's so much deeper than your sun sign.
it
A lot
is.
of people are only familiar with their sun
Yeah.
sign. And society found a way to only leave us with our sun sign, which is our ego.
Yeah.
They left out our moon, which is
Mhm.
our emotions, our Mercury, the way we communicate, North
Yes.
Node, where our
Yes.
destiny is, our
Yes.
Mars, our powerhouse. They left out a lot of things, and they left us with, oh, I'm a Scorpio, I'm a Leo. But really, that's just your core.
Mhm.
That's the core ego. And a lot of people also don't know that our ego is also important too, right?
It is.
Like everything is all needed. Our
Mhm.
lower self, our higher self is all part of the plan so we can be balanced, because we need them both.
We do. It's the duality polarity that I was saying before we got on here. A lot of people
Yes.
try to separate things, the yin, the yang, it's the black and the white, it's this or that, but it's never this or that. It's always whole. We were made whole, and we're separating ourselves by focusing only on one thing or staying so tied to one thing when we embrace every part of ourselves, and that's knowing everything about yourself. So I want to make it clear, because maybe some people don't know that a sun sign just mean what everybody knows as your birth sign,
Yes.
which,
Yes.
my birthday is July 22nd, so I'm the last day of what is considered to be a Cancer. One day, a couple hours later, I would have been a Leo, but
Yes.
my sun sign is Cancer. And I want to see if I don't know if you have a PDF or a picture of a birth chart, because I can pull mine up.
I
Or if anybody
do.
has any questions right now, just so we can get more into what that looks like, or if there's anything else that you want to add before we show them what a birth chart is.
Um, Let me see if I can find one. I know I have. Let me see. Well, there's so many, there's so many different systems now,
Mm,
because is the way it looks is going to depend on what site you use.
yeah.
And another interesting thing that I've actually changed is that when I first started learning myself in astrology, I was using Western astrology. And what I realized is that Western is very watered down. It doesn't have that much information. Like, it doesn't have the karmic residue. Like, it doesn't go as much as deep as past lives, because we carry cords and codes an energy residue from our past lives, because we are our ancestors. We are all, and so now I use Vedic astrology, and Vedic is just a little bit deeper. It allows you to, that system is more aligned with the stars. With Western is more aligned with your birthday and your birth time, but with Vedic is just a little more deeper, and I'm able to dive in deeper with people karmics, loops, and what type of cycles they've been stuck in. But so depending on what side you use, it's gonna show up differently. But I will say the main thing that I want people to learn is their big three placements.
Yeah, the big three.
The big three.
Your sun, moon, rising.
Your sun, your moon, and your rising. And your sun sign is basically your core identity, right? And it's like, it's basically like it's your life direction, which is why it's your ego. Because people don't know that you need your ego sometimes to push you to get things done. And then you got your moon sign, which is your emotional. It's your emotional map. Your moon is connected to your mother. If people see that our cycle as women is connected to the moon, there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that. And your moon is also connected to your childhood imprint, because the way your mother raised you is going to determine how you show up as an adult. So when you learn your moon sign, you learn what you did not receive as a child. And then when you learn what you did not receive as a child, then you are able to repair yourself.
Yeah.
According to what you didn't receive. And see, that's how I really even got deep into astrology, because I was trying to figure out what the hell was wrong with me. And then I found that my moon is in Aries. Oh, I'm a firecracker?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So I had to learn, what did my moon in Aries as a child didn't receive. And now at 33 years old, I've been reparenting myself for the past 3 years of my life. Now, and it was easier because now I know what I did not receive. And then you got your rising sign. Your rising is basically how you view the world and how the world views you.
Yeah.
So it's important to know how the world views you. It's important to know how you view the world, because if you're a Pisces rising, you're in La La Land all the time.
Yeah.
You in La La Land, and it's important to know to come in the physical realm and not just in the spiritual realm if you are rising. And people also can think that you're always in La La Land, when really you're disconnecting because you're trying to be okay. Because as a Pisces, Pisces energy is always in the spiritual realm. But knowing these three signs really help you understand yourself. Because when you understand these, then you can go to your Mercury, to your Mars, and to your Jupiter, because your Jupiter is where your gifts are at.
Yeah.
That's where all the gifts, that's how you can learn. See, the thing is, people try to teach everyone how to manifest, but really everyone manifests differently according to their core energy.
And not only do everybody manifest different, they also meditate different. They also their therapy different. They're gonna
absolutely
their experience is gonna be different. Healing is not a one size fit all. Even your birth chart is not a one size fit all. Everybody has different, and that's why it's bigger than just your sun sign.
Absolutely.
And it's a big map. It's like the galaxies. And
I've been studying my chart for 5 years, and I know I'm just getting started.
I know I haven't even scratched the surface of but I know, like you said, my big three. I know my big three, but I do know a little bit more. I know my Jupiter, Gemini.
Yes. What's your Jupiter?
Gemini.
I love your placements.
I do too.
Your placements are amazing. So you manifest through words, for real.
Yeah. I'm exactly, I know. And then earlier when we was talking, like you were saying your north node and south node. I meant to say my south node is Leo, my north node is Aquarius. So my destiny, my destiny and like everything, and that's how you knowing your north node and your south node is how you're going to be able to know what you're supposed to be walking into. And my humanitarian, everything about my feature says humanitarian. So, and through words, that's why I'm using that as my gift, even if it does make me nervous. Like, even if I am, like you said, we're doing something outside of our comfort zone. Our comfort zone, something that's outside of our norm, just to help people too. Even if they only want to scratch the surface and just know they big three, it will help you. It will help you a long way. Knowing myself has made me be in this position to be exactly where I'm supposed to be.
No, literally exactly what you were called to be. And I wish we would have learned this when we're younger, but you know what, it's all part of the plan. Because everything that happened in my life led me here. Everything that happened in my life led me here. Why did it lead me here? Because this is my purpose. This is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I wasn't supposed to be a nurse. And not only that, a lot of people may not know this, but I'm also stepping away from braiding because it is time for me to step into my purpose. It's important to listen to your intuition because we're not designed to stay doing one thing. Your soul is here to experience so many different things.
Yes, this is your human experience. That's why I'm like,
you are a soul in a human body, not a body in a soul. You are here to experience what the hell this life is about.
And you have to experience it your way. That's why your purpose on this earth is to be you. My purpose on this earth is to be Ciara Ward. And being myself, I need to know myself. And knowing myself, I am very emotional because my big three are Cancer, Pisces. You know what I'm saying? But I'm owning, like I say, I tell everybody, your emotions are your superpower. But I know that more than anybody. And I'm going to make sure. I know I get attached easily. I'm an empath and I'm very emotional. So I have to be, it's hard for me to maintain boundaries. And now I do it even more because I know myself.
Because and you know what? That's exactly what your chart can help with. Is basically just understanding yourself at a core level. Okay, so look, your moon sign, a lot of people really don't know your moon sign unless they're close to you or unless they have an intimate relationship with you. And that's how I learned that my moon sign was fire. A lot of people don't know that. I mean, now people see me speaking up and being outspoken, but it took me to learn my moon sign to actually allow me to be me. Like, this is me. I'm loud. I'm obnoxious, especially when it's something I'm passionate about. Oh, baby. That's my nature. But before I knew that, I was shrinking. I shrunk myself, and it doesn't help that I come from a culture where I literally was raised to be a people pleaser. And Aries energy, there's no people pleasing with Aries. That's the first sign. Straight bulls, So I had to learn how to balance my moon in Aries, because what happens is before you even know what you struggle with, your energy is a lot. My moon in Aries was on fire, literally. I was too outspoken, doing too much, but knowing it allowed me to actually learn how to balance it out and use it when I need it. And when I don't need it, because Aries energy can be impulsive. A lot of things in my life I've done impulsively. Now, have they been successful? Yes, but not all the time. So I had to learn that I can't be impulsive all the time. And knowing the energies that you carry and what placements they are in absolutely allows you to learn how to balance your energies out and use them where you need them.
Definitely use them where you need them. Someone said, I know my big three. I just keep forgetting the placements. I'm new to it. Is there any advice?
What are the big three? What are they?
They didn't say, but if you list your big three, we can go more into it. But I mean, even if you just starting out, like I don't go deep into it every now and then, but if I have time, I'll look into it. If I'm curious, if I've done something, I'm like, let me just go look. I don't know a lot of the things by heart. I know a lot of the, like my planets, I know my planets and my planets placements. I know all of those, and I just, the more I learn about myself, it's going to stick with me because I'm like, dang, that makes so much sense. And then it's
Right. And and that's actually what I also do with my son. Like when there's a hiccup that happens in our life, I actually really do go straight into our chart and I see, okay, what's going on? Or I even look at the planets. What's transiting? What's going on in the actual world? Because a lot of people don't know that those planets are within us. They're not there. What us above, so below. Everything that's out there is within us. That's the reason why chakras are important. They're not just rocks. They're aligned with our our crystals. Crystals are important because they're aligned with our chakras, and depending on which one, it can actually for real help you heal because it's from the earth.
Yeah.
So all of this is connected to consciousness.
It is. And that consciousness is awareness. And
Yes.
you need that self-awareness. And my first ever video that I've done, the first video I've ever done on my podcast, the first episode ever, I talked about that. Self-awareness is the first step to healing and evolving.
Absolutely.
You can't make a step towards change or growth if you're not aware of what's going on. And they said their Cancer with Leo and Aries is a big
Cancer, Sun, Leo, Moon, Aries, rising.
And that's what they say. I'm a Cancer, but it's Leo and Aries. So yeah.
So Cancer Sun, of course, that's water. That's water placement. And then you got the Leo, that's fire. So water, fire, fire. Water, fire, fire. So that means you have double fire where you show up and how you feel. So the advice I would give you is, before you respond, take time to see how you feel before you respond. Because with the moon in Leo and the Aries rising, you can just show up fiery and be very bold, and people sometimes can be scared of that. Now, if you're surrounded by people who actually aren't afraid of that, which I would advise you to be, because it's important to be around like-minded people who just understand your energy, right? But it's also important to learn how to be around people as well. But learning to see how you feel first before you respond, because with Aries rising, you may want to, it's impulsive, and that might be your first thing that you want to do. So my advice is just think before you respond and try to hear people out first. But I also advise to be around people who's not afraid of your Leo moon energy, because Leo moon is big, but they like to be appreciated for what they do. Most people think Leos like attention, but with Leo and Moon, it's really actually different. They like attention for what they do. So they want to be appreciated for what they do, not for what they look like or who they are, but what they do. So being around people who see you for yourself actually helps a lot. Dissolves a lot of problems.
Yeah, it does. Is there anything else that you want to add, or is there a website that you feel like if people just want to get their basic information, yeah, that's the one I use.
I advise like any astro websites, really. It's so many of them nowadays, like astro.com. I can send you a few ones. I don't know if you can drop it in the
I'm just dropping the one I use the most often.
Okay.
It's Astro.
Yeah, like the astro. Of course, you're gonna need the time of your birth, and if you're not sure of the time, use 6 a.m. But if you don't know the time, you're not going to get an accurate rising of your, because your rising it is counted by the time you were born. So if you don't know the time you're born, I do recommend contacting your hospital and literally get your time, because it matters where you were born and where everything was positioned at. Of course, you will need your birth time, the birthplace, and after that, you can read your chart. And I know the chart can be complicated, but that's what I'm here for. So if you ever need help, you can always book a reading with me session. You can join me on Instagram. I post a lot of information on that platform, trying to just get people to understand. My goal is try to get people to understand how to read their own soul blueprint, so you don't have to need anybody else. So if you follow me, I'm going to be breaking down a lot of that, moving forward.
And I will leave all your contact information on YouTube after this, your contact information, so people can reach out to you on Instagram or, follow you. So yeah, I use AstroSeek, in the website I use.
I like that
It'll
one.
it'll break down like what it means, like your moon being in this,
Yes,
your sun being in this, your Jupiter being in this. Yeah, she said you hit it right on the nose. Thank you for that.
you're so welcome.
But
I
yeah,
also offer free guides where I'm breaking down what each, like what they mean, or different examples, like real life examples, just to help people understand it on a more intimate level without all the signs and all the signals and the pictures and stuff.
yeah, because
But like the site you mentioned, I like how they break it down to where even a person who's not like familiar with this, you
can know your
really
basic
can go.
information. But it is the website I sent, it can get very, very detailed, but you can just keep it at the basic level of just knowing. It'll tell you all your planets and your houses and things like that. But if you want to go into it, they have like the asteroids. You can look into it even more, and even the not just the Western, like you were saying earlier.
Yes, like the Vedic. Yep. Because that's another thing I warn people with Vedic astrology. Your sign might change because it's according to because we're living on 12 months when we're really supposed to be living on 13 months. And Vedic astrology deals with the 13 months, and Western deals with 12 months. And that missing month matters, because in my Western astrology, I was a Pisces rising, but in my Vedic, I'm a Aquarius rising. And see, the thing is, I actually like to advise people to use both and see where you resonate with the most. Because I resonate with my Aquarius rising more than I do my Pisces rising. And your soul knows, man. Listen, your soul knows.
And not even just all of that, it knows everything. Like our intuition is that gut feeling.
Yes.
When people say, "What is that gut feeling?" It's the gut feeling of when something is off. And then when you doubt yourself, this is what quiets your intuition. This is when people I can't hear. I can't hear. You can't hear what the creator wants from you. You can't hear what path you're supposed to take because you're silencing. Like every time something comes up, and it's just not, is he cheating, or he really wasn't where he said he was going to be, or she really wasn't. Like, listen to yourself. Why do you got to go question? But
if it can be something so simple as,
it can be
like your intuition told you to drink some water and you didn't. It could be something as simple. Practicing to listen to intuition, it takes small steps. Small steps. And how you gonna listen to the big ones if you can't hear the small ones?
Yeah, because sometimes when we doing a drive and you miss a turn, and now you're like, dang, that missed turn gonna cause me to be late. You was meant to be late. And I be talking about that a lot, but I'm not trying to say be intentional about not being on time and not showing up. I'm saying be okay with not being anxious or feel with that anxiety because you're not on time. You're always on time, and that's right. Everybody, like, you're always on time, but don't be going out your way to be late. Like, don't be doing things that you shouldn't do. But listen to yourself and be okay with Like you said.
That one time being late because there's maybe you're being protected. Maybe there's an
Hmm.
accident. That's
Hmm.
and you missing that's 5 minutes is actually protecting you.
Yep.
Yep. Nope. That is so true. It is
Hmm.
so true. And it's just it just the more you listen to intuition, the more you because our intuition is our higher self
Yeah.
trying to guide us. Our
Hmm.
higher self is connected to God. Why would I not want to listen to God?
Yeah.
Why would I want to do it? Why would I not want to? And you know what? Another thing I realized though is that our intuition can be blocked by things, trauma that we ignore. When we have so much trauma within our energy field, instead of hearing your intuition, you hear fear.
Hmm.
That's why healing is so important. Healing is so much deeper than healing from a relationship.
It is, or
It's
just
so much
healing from a
deeper than
parent.
that.
It's deeper than just healing from a parent. It's a lot of things that we need to heal from. It's just not
Literally.
parents or relationships. Sometimes it's siblings, sometimes it's cousins, sometimes it's the whole
Yes.
culture. You
That's
know, the truth. You know what
exactly.
I'm saying? Sometimes it's the entire neighborhood.
And
Sometimes.
that's another reason why
Mhm.
I love birth charts
Yeah.
because it can show you what lessons are you here to learn? What cycles have you been repeating that you've been stuck in? Because
Mhm.
whatever we don't learn, it comes back. It keeps coming. The universe, God is going to keep sending it over and over. And your birth chart actually shows you what lessons you're here to learn. When I seen the lessons I'm here to learn, there's no denying it.
Mhm.
It's right. It's just confirmation. There is
And
when
that's
you
how.
read it, it's not gonna be news to you. You're gonna be
That's.
like, damn,
Yep. That's what I was gonna say. Your birth chart is nothing really surprising,
it's
and if
not
you're surprised
surprising.
by anything, you're not being honest with yourself, or maybe you need
Boom.
to, the different system. But for the
That one.
most part, even the Western one, for the most part, it is. Mine was almost very much so similar. None of my big ones changed, honestly.
Really.
Yeah,
Wow.
um, yeah, but if you're being honest with yourself, all the things that I've learned from I'm like, I know that. And even if you don't even go look in your birth chart and you just sit with yourself and be honest with yourself, you will
Yes.
see the patterns that you have been
Absolutely.
it's thing, different relationships, same problem, same, and even it could that same problem could have been from mom or dad, and now it's showing up in your relationship, your intimate partners. Now it's showing up
Exactly.
in your friendships. Now it's showing up in your employment. Because literally, you can have a communication blockage, but it's in every aspect of your life. You can have
Absolutely.
an insecurity issue, and it's showing up in every aspect of your life. And like we
Yes.
said earlier, we both said it. We did not love ourselves unconditionally because we
Yes.
never. I'm gonna say a lot of us don't see unconditional love, and that's the truth. And people, but the truth is, a
Yep.
lot of people don't see unconditional love. And when you step back, that's the one core truth that am I showing myself unconditional love with my parents, or am I doing what they want because I want them to love me? Because that's not unconditional love. You making
Absolutely.
yourself small, you making yourself um pretend to want to do something like okay, I'm gonna be a nurse because I know this gonna make my mama happy. But
Yep.
that's not you loving yourself, and
Yes.
that's not them loving you. You making them not.
Even if I was good at it,
No, but
if
also
it's not
you.
aligned,
But even so, you the love that your mom is receiving, you making it be conditional because you like, mom, I'm doing this so you can love me. I'm doing this so I want to please you. Or even you people can do it for the dad, but also I'm doing this job because I need the money. I hate the job, but I need to do.
you know,
You know.
and I realized that a lot of us actually were raised like that, and
Yeah.
we get it. That what was normal is, oh, we are born, and then your parents tell you who you're going to be, what you're going to be. And what I love about birth charts is that I I literally look at my son's chart and I help him, I guide him towards what his mission is here to be, because I know it, because I see it. And I can and what's so crazy is when you see a child's birth chart from the time they're young, you rarely see how they're trying to be this person, but we've been conditioned to be who our parents want us to be. We want to please, and it's not a bad thing, right? I don't want to tell people to disobey your parents, but I want parents to understand that your children are here to be. They're a soul. They're their own soul, here to achieve their own things.
Their
It's
own
so
purpose.
important to understand them so you can help them be that and not raise them according to what you didn't receive. Because I found myself doing that.
I do too. I did for a long time, like giving the big extravagant birthday parties because I didn't have
Because
that.
you didn't get, yes.
Every technology that, every new thing that comes out, and even buying the expensive clothes and doing all that. And I'm just like, I just want them to be themselves. I want them to be happy. I don't want them to think they have to be something for me. And even like, I just want everybody to like me like everybody likes you. I'm like, girl, everybody don't like me. But I don't want her to live up to this unrealistic standard that she has on me. And that's why I be more honest with them about what I went through and what I experienced.
Absolutely. I love that. I agree. That's something that I love that I do with my son as well, is telling them the truth. Just telling them like where I messed up at, like,
because how are they going to learn from your mistakes if you keeping it in the closet? Because another thing is, we didn't have these kids for no reason. They're part of, they got that genetic and that DNA in them too. You have the same issues that you that's good. I do it with my son as well. Yeah, because they're gonna have the same cycles and karmic ties as you if you don't break it. And I'm like, I want to break it now. I don't want them to keep repeating this same generational trauma or this same generational pattern. And that's what I talk about too, because some patterns can be a mindset. Like what we talking about, like. Because the biggest thing, what you said, if you don't know yourself and you don't walk into your truth, you become, first of all, you become somebody else, but it makes it hard for you to really find your purpose. And I'm trying to figure out what you had said, because it resonates with the kids.
It makes it hard for you to go to your higher timelines.
Yeah. And it just, you making it harder for them to walk into their truth, because your trauma is not their trauma, and you know what I'm saying? Your story is not their story. Your blueprint is not their blueprint. But we came here for a purpose together, and whatever that looks like, I want to make sure I'm giving you the best tools that you can, because I chose to be your parent in this life.
Absolutely. And I realized it even deeper when I'm one of 5. I'm sorry, one of 6, and I'm the last born. And I'm like, okay, so we must all have the same wound because we all raised in our parents' house.
Yeah.
I do all my siblings' birth charts, and we all have different wounds. Every single child was affected differently according to the parent.
Yeah, at that time.
At that time of their time.
Absolutely. My son and my daughter are totally different, and I feel like what their wounds are because of where I was at when I had them. Like when I had my son, I wasn't in a place of loving myself unconditionally. I wasn't in a place where I felt like my voice mattered. I wasn't in a place where I had the confidence I have now. So he got a lot of that insecurity, the lack of confidence. And that's why I tell people, like, I literally had to take the time to pour back into him and to, get him where he needed to be. Because my daughter, she Pisces, Gemini. They both are Pisces sun. And and then it's Venus, Aries.
A house full of water.
I love it.
I love it too. I love water.
I love water. I love it. But just giving, and then I'm gonna say it with my daughter, I was way more confident. I was way more who I am, like very sure of myself. So she came
coming out.
Yeah.
Yep. And it truly matters. Just paying attention to each child, because I don't know about everyone, but I know African homes, we all kind of raised the same. Everybody, this is
Mhm.
what you're gonna do. This is the plan. This is what you're gonna
Obligation,
follow. Everybody go
obligation.
to college or you're going to hell. So
The
it's like,
African culture is very much so like I'm gonna say like the elders of American, they're really being taught to be on raised off obligation. I've been talking about that a lot. They're very
yes,
much so about obligation, and they're loyal
yes,
to obligation. Like literally, what a man is supposed to do, what a woman is supposed to do, what looks right on paper. I feel like people of obligation is like on paper, this is what, and it's not just the older culture or African culture, but some people just raised like that. A
and
lot
you
of
know
people in
what?
the
I've been
South,
noticing that.
a lot of people in the South are definitely raised like obligation, like women staying at home still. It's still a culture of women are housewives and men are the providers. Like I noticed the biggest difference in the South, women get kicked out. In the North, men get kicked out the house. But that's the difference. Like, because up north was always like more freedom, and with that,
Right.
women are more. I'm not trying to say like, but women up north are more like, okay, I'm about to go get the education. I'm about to fend for myself.
Right. And yes, I see exactly what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, and it's true, because like I remember growing up, I was literally told to like be quiet as a woman, like don't talk. Like, and if you're smart, oh, you really gotta be quiet. Do
Yeah.
not show any type of like nothing. Like you have to shrink in order to
Mhm.
fit in. And that brings a lot of suppression in a lot of women. Suppression, when I do a lot of women's charts, I've noticed that suppression runs very deep in a lot of women's bloodline,
Mhm.
because a lot of women been trained to literally suppress their feelings, their emotions. And like you said earlier, your emotions is your power. And
Mhm.
that's something that a lot of us being trained is to suppress ourselves, and that actually leads to sickness.
It does ulcers, and even at the most
Dementia, all type of stuff.
at the most extreme level, death, and people don't
Yes,
know that. But
yes,
it's so ironic that you were saying that, but that's a history thing too, of women being suppressed. And you know how a lot of African American history has been white. A lot of women history has been white too. She sent me actually Dr. Empress Davis. She sent me this video about a lot of women in history having a lot of power and authority, and they were alone. They were women who had status, big houses, big, a lot of things going for themselves, and
absolutely.
they never, they were single and they wasn't widows. Like, how they try to make the women's history be, but no, these women contributed to a lot of, I'll say, the things that keep this world moving. But
Absolutely.
they don't want it to be seen like that. They want women, especially our women's history, if they wasn't attached to a man, they were a witch, or they were a
Yes.
they're Jezebel, or you know what I'm
And
saying?
that was all part of the demonizing. And I hate it so bad, because it really actually hurts. It hurts to know that your gifts are demonized because of the positive that it actually brings
Yeah.
and the change that it brings in people. Because what people fail to realize is that we need both energy. And not only do we need both energy, we have both of them inside of us.
Yeah.
We're both masculine and feminine energy. How can you demonize one when even a man have feminine energy within them? But nobody
Hmm.
want to talk about that.
Hmm.
Nobody want to talk about how we have both energies within us, and the whole point is to learn how to balance them both.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
It's balancing everything in life. I feel like that's the ultimate goal is finding balance. That's what I just like, the polarity, duality, yin yang
Absolutely.
is learning how to balance it all, because there's no such thing as good or bad, or right or wrong. But I feel like those things were put in place to, I guess they'll
To
say,
divide us and to
no,
make.
I feel like it was put in place to make the game more interesting, because if we
I
knew
like
everything,
how you put that. Yeah.
If we knew
That,
everything up front, we wouldn't be in this situation.
no,
We
okay,
don't
you're
have
right. I said that to
conversation.
my mom this morning because she's always asking me questions because she think because I do this, she think I know it, I have every answer. I'm like, Mom, I don't have every answer because
Mhm.
if we knew everything, we will all be schizophrenic for real, for real, for real. Like as
Or
soon as we're
it
born.
just wouldn't be no fun. It wouldn't be no lessons. It wouldn't be no growth. It wouldn't be no like the I'm gonna say this. And the greatest gift we are giving is to have this human experience. Like it's the greatest gift ever because as
Yes.
humans we get to feel, as humans we get to love. Like, and when I say we get to love, we get to feel what that love feels like because that's
Yes.
what emotions are. As spiritual beings, we don't. I'm not gonna say we don't have that. It's the energy. That's what you know. But
No, you're
as
saying that
a,
that's the reason why
yeah,
we're on this earthly realm. It's
yeah,
because the earthly realm is the only place as souls that we actually get to feel and choose love over fear over and over again. Because
yeah,
in other realms, we're just souls.
yeah.
We're spirit, we energies. But
We
on
get
earth,
to
we
touch.
get to
We have the
actually feel
senses.
it.
And honestly, if you guys, it's more than just the five senses. It's more senses out there. And if you get to learn about that, like as that's only capable as humans to have these senses, like on this
Yes.
earth, the touch, the feeling, the smelling.
The
We
clear,
don't get that.
yes.
And being able to embrace myself fully makes me get to embrace this life fully.
Because they're your gifts. They're
It
your
is.
natural gifts. Those gifts are the gifts that they were demonized. How dare somebody tell me because I can feel somebody's energy, I'm a witch?
Yeah,
What? I
yeah.
wish people need to go back and research what these English words mean. A lot of these words are a trap.
Mm-hmm.
Words are spells. And the people who know more about us learn how to flip the script
Mm-hmm.
against us.
And not
It
just
is so
like,
important to unlearn a lot of things and relearn
mhm,
about everything that we've been represented. Because a lot of it is a lie.
yeah. And not what I say in my book. The truth shall set you free. Because we've been told lies and we've been built and not a lie that that's intentional, but it's like these lies that have been unintentionally placed in us to tell us
Yes.
what I say, to shrink, to perform, to be somebody that you're not meant to be. And I say every time, your purpose on this earth is to be you. As simple as that.
Be you. Literally
Yeah.
every single day, every time is choosing to be you. Because when you choose to be you, you attract everything that's in alignment with the frequency you at.
Mm-hmm.
And when you want to move to a shift to another top, you keep growing, you keep evolving. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, be yourself, love yourself, and learn how to love yourself. Learn how to forgive yourself. I
That's
had to learn
the
how to forgive myself before I could learn how to forgive anybody else.
and that's the biggest one. I feel like as a therapist, the thing that I feel like a lot of people need to do is forgive themselves. They be like, I just want to learn how to forgive. And I'm like, you having an issue with forgiving because you haven't forgiven yourself for the things that have happened to you. You're still feeling
Absolutely.
like you're the responsible party for the things that you went. And
Yes.
it's not to say, because it's like we believe in this right or wrong, but we also believe that victim villain. And it's hard to say my mom is a villain or my dad is a villain. So you take on that label. You know what? It's
Right.
my fault. Or the perpetrator who touched you when you were a kid. You don't want to,
Yes.
because sometimes it was another kid and you don't want to label them as that. So you take that.
Right.
And you don't want to label your parent as a bad parent. So
No.
you take their lack of whatever love, support,
Exactly.
and you carrying that. And I'm like, you got to let go of that burden. It's not yours
And
to carry.
and that is the reason why I like to tell people anger triggers. All of these things are a portal.
They,
They're a portal that are actually here to help you. Every trigger is actually showing you the unhealed part of yourself. Like, yes, that person is the one who triggered you and it made you feel it, right?
mm-hmm.
But the beautiful thing about it is that if it wasn't for that person, you would not know this about yourself.
Yeah,
So eventually you actually get to thank. The beautiful part about integration is being thankful for the lessons and for the people that came in your path that triggered you. Because believe it or not, we also trigger people. I trigger people all the time. I can only imagine.
I know I do, and that's why when I said what I said about my daughter, and she was like, "I want to be like you. I want everybody to like me." I'm like, "No, everybody doesn't like me, and I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay." When I was saying like it's a difference in where I was at with my daughter and my son, I was still in the people pleasing era with my daughter, and I had to, and that's something I have to work on with her. Like, but you got to lead by example. And that's the thing that parents don't want to do. It's do as I say, not as I do. But that's not, that's not how things go. You have to be what you want your child to be. And it's not you being them, or it's not them being you, but it's them being their authentic self. And that's
and allowing them to be. And some of that gonna come from them making mistakes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was gonna show let me see. If I can show this image.
I'm trying to pull it up too. Can I pull up my chart?
Okay. Here go mine.
Oh, you found yours? Awesome.
I just put it up. But this is what a birth chart, like at the simplest form, looks like.
Yes.
Yeah. So I kind of try to make it bigger.
Yep, I'm trying to zoom in.
And this is the most simplest one. It says 6 water placements and then 4 fire, 4 earth. For air. But yeah.
Oh, we forgot to talk about Venus. Your Venus is your true core love language. When I learned I always thought I knew what I like and what I don't like. Man, when I realized my Venus, I'm like, this makes more sense. And when I realized that, it made sense on why I was attracting emotionally unavailable people. I'm like, because I was not operating in my core Venus energy. Because your Venus energy, especially living in a world where a lot of people people want to be loved. People want to be loved. And baby, if you want to be loved, learn your Venus sign. Learn the right way to love. Because the thing is, a lot of us don't know how to love ourselves. And then we wonder why people don't know how to love us. Because your Venus sign is not just about your love language for other people. It's your love language. Everything starts with self.
It does.
Everything starts with self. There's nothing you can expect from anyone if you don't do it for yourself.
Yes.
Literally.
And mine is Leo. So my Venus is Leo and I need to love myself.
You are big Leo energy.
I need to love myself out loud all the time, and I didn't.
And most people probably might think like, oh, she thinks she's all that, but that is what your energy is here to do, is literally love yourself so much that it makes people sick.
Yeah, and I do
because that pushes somebody who's been raised to not love themselves to see you and be like, I want to love myself like she love herself.
Yeah, and that's why you
be here to heal and then to be a service to the world. Yo, and you big Leo. That's crazy. That's like the 4th Leo you mentioned.
Yeah. But thank you guys for joining. Is there any? And I will be leaving your contact information. Oh, and I said if you go to the link that I put in the comments, you can see your birth chart. As long as you have your time, as long as you have your time of birth, your location, and like she said, if you don't know, you can put unknown, but it should be on your birth certificate, or you can ask your mom. Sometimes they be knowing. And actually, my friend, her birth time was wrong on her birth certificate, and her mom's like, no, I know what time. And the time her mom gave her,
Sometimes they do.
the time her mom gave her, it resonated way more than what was on her birth certificate. So sometimes you can ask too.
And like you said, if you don't have the time, until you find the time, you can still get some information, but it will be different with the time. But you still can get a lot information about yourself without the time as well.
Is that my Venus is in Taurus? What does that mean?
Your Venus is in Taurus. Venus in Taurus, that's beauty. You like food. You like to be, your love language is food. You like to be surrounded with beautiful things. You probably like to be wine and dined, like just beauty. Taurus is all about beauty and luxury. So if you like luxury or you pull to that, it's not a coincidence, because that's the core energy of Taurus, Venus energy. Just a little some. It's a lot. It's a lot more, but
with the Gemini,
Taurus is definitely luxury and beauty and food for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you get to your heart.
And I would say, like I said, the comments, and I will leave the website too, and I'm gonna leave all your information. So if people want to know more or just learn how to read their birth chart, learn more, and go even more in depth of what is just out there. But if you want to know the basic, it is a website out there, so you can just learn a little bit, and when you're ready to dive deeper into what some of the stuff means and how it pertains to your life, you can always contact Marielle.
Yes, always.
And is there any last comments or anything that you want to say? And I will be going live almost every day for the rest of this month, starting on the 20th, and I'll skip the 21st, but all about life things. So I'm really excited about some of the things that we have coming up, and we may bring this one back, because I feel like out of all the things I have so far, this and credit repair are, I feel like, really important in this human experience, especially in the United States. I feel like a lot of people, credit holds a lot of people back, but not knowing yourself is going to hold you back at the most extreme. And this helps you, even knowing how you handle money. That's a part. And I have to learn that, because I spend reckless.
Yes.
I'm a reckless.
Because it's all connected to. Because some people could be trying to manifest money, but they have money blockages.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot. It's a lot. Yes.
But how you budget, and it's like, okay, knowing this will help you budget better, or knowing this will help you spend your money more wisely. So learning your everything about yourself is a part of the spiritual therapy. Like, it helps you own, like, you know what, this doesn't have to be a bad thing, because it's no such thing as right or wrong or good and bad. But yes,
self-awareness is absolutely everything. I think that's why I can live my message with is, I encourage people to learn yourself on a level to where no one can really tell you about yourself. Learn yourself to a level where you and God literally can have a communication with y'all two, and y'all know what's going on. Understand yourself to a point where you can't be manipulated. Understand yourself to a point where you love yourself enough that you're not choosing cycles that's keeping you in low vibration, but that are helping you rise. I want everybody to love yourself, unlearn and relearn.
Yes, remember, y'all better, this book.
Remember who you are.
A spiritual being having a human experience. That's what I'm gonna say. But thank you so much for sharing your experience. And like I said, I will leave all your contact information in the YouTube live. So that will be where all contact information goes. But I'm excited. You guys do your birth charts, and y'all can come back in the comments and talk about what you find out about yourself.
Let me know who you are.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm ending the live.
All right. Nice.